2017 KTM 1090 Adventure R. It's not often a reduction in engine displacement results in a superior motorcycle. Bigger is better, right? But that's the case with KTM's new 1090 Adventure R. Gone are the 1190 Adventure and Adventure R models, and in their stead a new 1050 cubic centimeters R model that's smaller in both bore and stroke, 103 mm/63 mm versus 105 mm/69 mm, equaling a 145 cubic centimeters reduction in displacement. Whatever the 1090 gives up in power production to the 1190 Adventure R, it makes up for in lighter weight and better handling. Using KTM's claim that the 1090 is 22 pounds lighter than the 1190, 456 pounds dry versus 478 pounds dry, and the company's claimed peak power production for each model, 125 HP for the 1090 versus 150 HP for the 1190, simple math reveals the 1090 is moving more weight per horsepower, 3.65 pounds/HP, than the 1190, 3.18 pounds/HP. But that's peak power in sport riding mode. In the more important off-road setting where both bikes are limited to 100 horsepower, the 1090 has an advantage of moving 4.56 pounds/HP, where the 1190 was pushing 4.78 pounds/HP. Torque is a slightly different story, with the 1090 giving up 12 pound-foot to the 1190 80 pound-foot at 6,500 RPM versus 92 pound-foot at 8,000 RPM. How noticeable is it? On pavement, the 1090R accelerates with enough gusto to keep your average sport bike guy happy, but it's not the same missile the 1190 was. In the dirt, in off-road mode, the 1090 makes more power than can be used in most situations, and this is where the 22-pound diet becomes more important than power production. Most of the lost weight is credited to the smaller displacement engine, so not only is it less weight but also a reduced amount of reciprocating mass. Combined with the removal of the 1190's center stand, the weight was subtracted from low in the bike's chassis, providing a more maneuverable motorcycle than 22 pounds indicates. Regardless of riding mode, power production is smooth and linear, and the fueling perfect. On the technical off-road sections we rode, the 75-degree LC8 B-twin was happy to let the pistons spin down to damn near stalling, then pick up revs without feathering the clutch. Kind of a Jeep of motorcycle engines, except for its proclivity to accelerate quicker than any Jeep ever. A lot of the Adventure RS rideability comes from its excellent electronics package. Not only does the off-road setting reduce peak power, it also softens the way in which the power is delivered. Switching from sport to off-road while in the dirt makes differences in power delivery between the riding modes readily apparent. Switching ride modes also alters traction control and ABS settings, off-road allowing for some rear wheel spin before TC activates, and it also turns ABS off on the rear wheel, while a rider still enjoys the comfort of ABS on the front wheel. I'd like to think it was my skill that prevented a few front-end washouts, but I'm certain it was ABS that saved my bacon more than once when braking on a slippery downhill section of our ride. The other upgrade of the 1090 over the 1190 is its suspension. The front is outfitted with a revised 48mm fully adjustable WP-USD fork with separate compression and rebound functions, while the fully adjustable rear WP shock features a new progressive damping system. The 220mm of travel, front and rear, is the same as the 1190, but the revised settings keep the units riding higher in their respective strokes, making for a more compliant ride with less bottoming both off and on the road. At 35 inches, the Adventure RS seat height certainly isn't short, but the seat-to-foot peg ratio started feeling a little tight after 2 days of riding, or maybe it's just the aging of my joints. The foot pegs do offer 2-position adjustability, but I didn't get a chance to sample difference this time around. Otherwise, the seating position is good for all-day riding, with taller riders maybe wanting to increase the height of the handlebar riser to help decrease the amount of lean the stock bars demand when standing. From here the 1090 and 1190 are largely similar bikes, sharing most of the same components and figures on their respective spec sheets. Which makes it even more amazing how much more nimble the 1090 can feel over the 1190 with only weight, engine, and suspension upgrades. The 1090 enjoys the advantages of a new front brake master cylinder, but otherwise its same brakes as were on the 1190. In last year's 2016 Wire Wheel Adventure Shootout, the Honda Africa Twin bested the 1190 Adventure R in objective scoring but was defeated by the KTM in subjective scoring. I think it'd be a very interesting shootout between the Africa Twin with DCT and the new KTM 1090 Adventure R. The two are close in price, $13,999 Honda vs $14,699 KTM, performance and weight, but each with some advantage over the other.